I think, some of the challenges are always about how you support really young people who are embarking on employment and they've just left school. I mean, that's a big transition. When they've walked from an environment and an institution and a way of working which has really handheld them through every single moment of every day, and they walk into a workplace and you want them to work independently, that's a massive shift. And I think for us, we found that often quite challenging, particularly in the first 3 to 6 months, and how you enable them to have the confidence to work on their own initiative and to operate differently. That's a big transition. I think it's often not acknowledged. And for the first couple, that really took us by surprise.
And it has surprised me in the fact that, because I felt so apprehensive at the start, to have somebody who takes me on, it's taken that time to teach somebody. Like, you think, oh my goodness, I've not got time to do the things that I need to do on my list. I keep going down to the bottom of my list. How have I got time to tell somebody how to upload something onto the website and do this and this and this and this? But taking that time has really, really paid off. It's really good. So yeah, the surprise for me is, oh my goodness, I felt so worried before, but now I don't want her to go. She's just great. Yeah.
I think it's important not to underestimate the amount of support that we do give, but it's also important to recognise, as an arts organisation, talking about a creative case for diversity, for example, having young people's voice, and particularly somebody like Ryan, at the heart of your organisation is really beneficial. I mean, he just thinks of things in a way that we wouldn't necessarily do. So they're really different dynamic, but both really, really valuable.
It's been interesting. It's interesting because of the amount of sort of hands-on training you have to give them. And it is quite an intensive process to take on an apprentice. You really do need to support them, partly because they're inexperienced, but partly because they have to demonstrate all these skills and credit all their work. So this is quite an intensive process. And what we've tried to do is enable the whole team, all the different team members, to have some kind of role in that. So all of our team are given a little bit of a role in training a young person as well, which helps them in their confidence and their experience, I think.
Well, I think the first thing to make sure you get right is the framework that you've chosen, and therefore the support that comes with the education provider in that framework. So for our technician, we worked with CC Skills to provide that, and then you've got the expert coming in to support that learner in terms of their written work and getting all of the sort of education stuff done. So that's really important. And it's important that that person has a good rapport with the learner as well, and that they're consistent. So we've had some really good support for both our apprentices, but particularly, for example, for our community arts apprentice, because the person who's supporting him is aware that perhaps written work isn't the best way for him to convey his learning, and we can capture it in other ways, perhaps through film or observation. So he's really flexible and really helpful and supportive of making sure we are getting through all of the the sort of formal learning work.
Well, there's only 3 people on my team, and there's literally me and 2 other people, and I get all the support I need. You've got obviously the people who host the apprenticeship as well, like the ones who provide that. Their assessors come in and they offer support if you need it. They say speak to them, and they're happy to help you out as well. And you do get help, so it's okay. I manage okay, so